The ever-popular Peter Obi Support Network group in Delta State, Delta Central Chapter, a group canvassing and mobilizing for voters for the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, has thrown their support behind the gubernatorial candidate of the Social Democratic Party, SDP, in Delta State, Gbagi, as the 2023 general election draws to its climax. The group, headed by the Delta Central Coordinator, Father Ogeneresi, feel they're in full voice with members and ESCOs cut across local government and wards in Delta Central. Gbagi, who was represented by the director of Big Tent and one of the leaders of canvassers for Peter Obi in diaspora, American-based Ikason, Dr. David Solomon, in his address, spoke on the rich antecedents of Gbagi, stressing that the 2023 general elections will not be business as usual, as Nigerians should shun party sentiments and vote credible candidates that will deliver the dividends of democracy to the people, a cause that he is championing through his support for Peter Obi for president and Gbagi of the SDP for governor of Delta State. We shall leave you with the moments the group unanimously endorsed Gbagi and Obi through a vote.
You want Peter Obi to be president, say hi. Hi. If you are against Peter Obi, say nay. So the governorship candidate, you want Chief Kenneth Gbagi to be the governor of Delta State, say hi. Hi. Those who are against it, say nay. The eyes have it. Let's jam hands together.
Speaking to Raro TV after the event, Father Ogeneresi said that the group does not belong to a political party, as they are only geared towards delivering Peter Obi for good governance, before assuming that the personality of Gbagi is the reason why they have decided to support him for governor of Delta State.
I am Ogeneresi Feel Precious Udoro, Peter Obi Support Network. I am the Deputy State Coordinator for Delta Central. I am also in the Big Tent. I am in Diaspora Strong for Obi, where I'm also the state coordinator. I'm in other groups that like Take Back Nigeria and the others, which I don't hold roles, but from this side, Peter Obi Support Network, which is more active to me. That's where I was able to organize this. First, I must say the obedient movement does not belong to any party. If Labour Party tells you that they are only an obedient movement, they are lying. The obedient movement started before Obi crossed to Labour Party. So Labour Party is just benefiting from the obedient movement. If today Peter Obi decides to leave Labour Party and go to any other party, the obedient movement will move with him. I'm not in any party. I'm not a card-carrying member of any party yet. If that will happen in future, okay. But as I'm speaking to you today, I'm not in any party. We are not 5/5. PDP 5/5, APC 5/5, Labour 5. We are not 5/5. We are people who are looking for people of integrity, people who have the experience, people who have a good track record. And it took us time to circle on Chief Gbagi because we were considering someone else who we felt is closer to be. I don't want to call the name. If I call the name, you'll know. But that person did not show responsibility at all. That person is not a force. He's not somebody we know at all that he cannot even. He has not shown that he can do this thing they call. And he cannot mobilize and win election, and we don't want to waste our votes. 1. 2, we looked at the similarities of Gbagi and Obi. Obi was in PDP. When the structures did not recognize him, he left. And then it's the same thing with Gbagi. And then we look at the person of Gbagi. Gbagi is not just that ordinary politician that. Tell me how many of the gubernatorial aspirants today can boast of a facility like this in their states? How many of them have businesses in their states where they employ people? We haven't seen those. We've seen Gbagi, who has made it in business, he has made it in politics, he has made it in the financial sector and every other sector, and he has proven that he is not a man of that structure. the structure that is killing Nigeria and destroying Nigeria, it's a politically wicked structure. Gbagi is not a member of that structure. We want somebody who will not bow to these their structures. And so it took us time to think, it took us time to pray. When we saw that this person we're even teaching to us is not ready, we decided to, let us swap it for someone we know is ready. He has our vote. And we will go from our place town to town, state to state, street to street, to at least mobilize people to vote for Gbagi, and we hope and pray within this 1 month the state will tilt towards him.
We also spoke to Dr. David Solomon, who threw more light into the candidature of Oloregu Kenneth Gbagi and Peter Obi as a must vote should Nigeria and Deltans desire good governance in 2023.
Very, very significant, because just like I've always been saying, for presidency we are standing with Peter Obi of Labour Party. But just like the way Peter Obi said, he believes in character, he believes in integrity, he believes in capacity. And so what you've seen happen here is not about party, it's about character, it's about capacity, it's about somebody who can deliver data. And of all the candidates who are standing, Chief Kenneth Gbagi of SDP happens to be the right person to do that. And that is why you see this P2B movement who are here in Delta are throwing their solid support for Chief Kenneth Gbagi of SDP for governorship candidate. And their support for presidency is unchanged, is unwavering. It remains for Peter Obi, who we are all supporting and working for. But on the state level, they have chosen Chief Kenneth Gbagi to throw their support. And we encourage all other support groups who are in Delta State to follow the same way, because we want to deliver Nigeria and we want to deliver our state for a better working for Deltans, and things that can, the prosperity in this state need to go down to bless everybody who is a Delta, and that is what we are really doing.
I am Akbarero Henry Akbos, and this is Rero TV. Thank you for watching.